afternoon, YouTube. This is Chuck, and it's Thursday, August 28th, 2025, and it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just got a call from the museum that somebody delivered a package over there for me, and I'm going to run over and get it and see what it is. So we'll go check it out together. It's kind of a quiet afternoon over here, and we'll go see what somebody sent me. There's old Marty. He's still standing tall, looking good.
I was in California.
Right.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Said you had a package for me?
I do.
Well, let's see what it is.
An alternator?
No, I have no idea what it is.
Okay.
But anyway, I went there and
Yeah.
I saw the site and I just took pictures with the whole town. I mean, half the town was gone. It was,
This is Connie. Connie, say hello.
hi.
You want to hold my camera while I open this so we can do it on air?
Sure.
Oh, if you didn't have, you came prepared. Okay.
Oh, I always come prepared. I had somebody send me some coffee here a while back, and I never got it. And I tell people don't send stuff here because I think somebody might have left it out in the front porch and somebody found it.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, because we're not
If it's
here
out on the front
every
porch,
day.
it may not stay there very long.
Right, and that's kind of what I figured happened. Some porch pirate got it.
Well, you were lucky they delivered this over to Parks and Rec.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what this might be.
Yeah, you're going to need that knife again.
Oh, it looks like it. Well, it's tape. Maybe I can just use the pen here and get underneath it. You're right. I'm going to need that knife again.
Oh, whatever it is, it's well packed.
Yeah, it's got to say that.
Yeah. If it's fragile, I'm sure it's.
Oh, it's a gone squatching coffee cup with an insert.
Cool. All right.
Nice.
All right. Let me shut her down here for a minute and let's see where this, figure out where this came from. I'll be back with you in a minute. Well, the mystery's been solved as where that came from. And this is a pretty cool, nice little van there too. But it came along with, it came from one of my viewers, and I figured that. And she also sent along these postcards, and I kind of got a kick out of that. The carved Sasquatch seems to be a little bit concerned about the real one sitting behind him there, and that's obviously a guy in a suit. We got a suit just like that here too that they wear for certain events, but it came with a letter, and I want to read the letter to you. And that was sent by a viewer friend by the name of Tatiana, and let me read this to you. It says, "Dear Chuck, my name is Tatiana. I follow you on YouTube and frequently comment on your videos. I first came across you through your interview on the Flash of Beauty Bigfoot Revealed documentary. The way you spoke about Sasquatch and your approach of treating them as people resonated with me most strongly, as opposed to, for example, the approach of Expedition Bigfoot documentary folks who still treat them as undiscovered apes. I am so fascinated by the Sasquatch I learned about from you that I felt like dropping everything and running into the woods to look for them myself. I live in Burnaby, British Columbia, only a couple hours from Harrison Hot Springs, the very place where the word Sasquatch originates. But being in the city makes it hard to access real wilderness. There's a city park near me that was wilderness only 135 years ago, where local Coast Salish tribes migrated seasonally. Those tribes have a rich Sasquatch lore, so that is where I began my own small research. So far, I haven't had definite results. I've noticed a couple of suspect tree structures that could be natural falls, experienced unusual animal behavior, and found little things only I would notice, like colorful origami pieces. Origami and geometric paper structures is something I build as a hobby, and it would be easy to pick from my brain. All of this has rational explanations. The one experience I feel was different came after one of my usual walks in the park. I came home, lay down for a nap, and had a very vivid dream where I was back on the trail. A juvenile Sasquatch, not very big but silver in color, walked up and poked me on my right shoulder so hard it woke me up. When I woke from that poke, I could still physically feel it in my shoulder. You know, that probably wasn't a dream. That was probably a vision, and they probably actually did that to you. And the difference between a dream and a vision is we all dream, and if our dreams go away after we're awake for a couple hours, then it probably was a dream. But if you've got something you can remember every single little detail of it 2 weeks later or a month later or whatever, then that probably was a little more than a dream. So my guess was that probably was an actual poke. I've heard of that before, by the way. I spend weekends in Bellingham, Washington, where my mom lives, and there I have access to more wooded areas than at home, although there are still patches near human populations. I don't know if Sasquatch moved through those places, but it's possible. One time I came across a thick wooden pole about 2 and 3 inches in diameter, snapped off near the ground. It had been placed there by restoration workers as part of a mesh fence along the trail. The snap pole was blocking what looked like a game trail. What struck me was that the soil around the broken part was completely undisturbed, unlike what you'd expect if, say, a deer had hit it and loosened it. I found that puzzling enough to take a picture and even a short video I can send you if you'd like. And that's a clue, because obviously if it got hit by a vehicle or something, especially if it had just been there, you could see where it would loosen it up at the base. But if it looked like something just grabbed a hold of it and snapped it off, that's a clue. Since attending PhenomenaCon in 2023 and 2024, I've gone deeper into learning about Sasquatch, especially through YouTube. Your videos have been among the most meaningful to me. I am so fascinated by these beings that I want to do more field research, even spend nights in the woods. I haven't yet figured out how, since as a solo female I would need company, and I don't know of anyone else who shares this perspective, seeing Sasquatch as people and spiritual beings. But that is the direction I feel drawn toward. While watching your videos, I felt inspired to create something for you as a small thank you. Enclosed as a gift, a print-on-demand mug with a Sasquatch design I made. I hope it adds something enjoyable to your coffee time and carries my appreciation for the inspiration your work has given me. With gratitude, Tatiana, and I believe that's Kesaliver. I hope I didn't pronounce that wrong. And she sends her email address, and I appreciate that. Well, Tatiana, thank you very much. I appreciate the little gift, and I appreciate the letter and the kind words. And I've had a lot of people tell me that their desire to learn more about Sasquatch came on kind of suddenly, and some of them, it's like something popped up on their YouTube feed, or they saw something on TV or something, and it all of a sudden they felt this overwhelming urge or desire, almost an obsession to learn more about them. And I have a theory on that. My theory on that is that they did that to you because they want to initiate contact with you, and so they implanted that overwhelming desire or need to learn more about them. They put that thought in your head, and that's mind speak. And I've come to kind of think that that's what happened, because I hear about that kind of thing over and over again. Now, people tell me that they've gone basically their whole adult life without even thinking about it, and then all of a sudden they see something and it triggers it, and then they just have this overwhelming desire to learn more. And that might be what happened in Tatiana's case. But we'll just have to see. And the best of luck to her. And you don't have to go 30 miles in the wilderness. You can be right on the edge of town, and you don't have to stay up all night and camp out. There's probably some place within 5 miles of your house or 5 miles of your mom's house where you can get to the edge of town and just sit there until around after it gets good and dark. Maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock at night or something like that. You don't have to stay much longer after that, because they usually come in right. We call it the witching hour, right between sundown and the time it gets dark. There's about a 30-minute time period in there. And in my experience, most of the time by around 9:30 or 10, they're done interacting with you if they're going to do it. And so, like I say, you don't have to go camping. You don't have to buy a bunch of camping equipment. And if you don't have any place out in the country, you can go even if you have a heavily wooded city park or even a cemetery. That could be a place that you could try. I appreciate you folks sending me stuff, but once again, if you send it in care of the museum's not open every day, and so sometimes if they leave it out on the front step, somebody might pick it up and walk away with it. So, if you reach out to me on my email is chuckjacobsaz@gmail.com, and I've given it out to a number of you. Then I can. If you reach out to me there, then we can figure out some way if you want to send stuff to me. But don't feel obligated to do that. That's not why I do this. I do appreciate it, and I feel flattered when some of you do that. But I figured this little short one, and once again, thank you, Tatiana. And as I always tell you, take care of each other and love each other and show gratitude for what you have. And I was thinking about stopping saying that, and I just recently had somebody comment on it, and they said they find it uplifting and inspiring that I do that, because I think a lot of times we fail to appreciate our lives and our day-to-day existence, and sometimes maybe even if we're going through some problem times, we can get caught up on the negative end of things. And for the most part, our lives are pretty good, most of us. And even though we have some negative parts of it, in my case, I'm 76 years old, and every day I wake up in the morning and face another day and live in a beautiful area and share stuff with you people. I figure that's a plus, and that makes it a good day. So we'll be back again with another one, but I wanted to shoot a little short one to tell you what happened here, and once again give you one more look at this little one. I get a kick out of it because it shows the van as well, and I'll make use of that. So Tatiana, thank you once again, and until I talk to you again, let me just tell you, peace out.